Guys, all right, so I wanted to do a quick review of what you guys are going to be doing in class today, and we are working on the study guide for the Unit 3 test. Okay, so this is Module 7 and Module 8, so it's going to have the system stuff that we just did along with the stuff we did on Module 7 with the variables on both sides and the fractions and the decimals. Okay, I want to go over a quick reminder. So when you are doing something like this, remember that we can get rid of the fraction. Do they do an example like that on the front? Let's check. No, the one on the front has a decimal. Of course it does. Okay, that's okay. It would have been nice, right, if that had been a fraction, but it wasn't, so that's okay. So remember, you're looking at the denominator. So this one has a 5. This one has a 2. And the goal is to find the least common denominator, so the number that they both multiply into. So 2 goes into 10 and 5 goes into 10, right? So if you were to multiply it by 10, you'd be able to get rid of that. So that's where we put parentheses around it. Remember doing that? If you don't, that's okay. I will show you. So we end up with, I'm going to rewrite this as we go. So 10 times 1 is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So we have 2x. So again, I did 10 times the numerator is 1, and 10 divided by 5, and that was 2. And I remember I did that because essentially what we're doing is 10 times 1/5. So when we're multiplying by a fraction, this is kind of like put that over 1. So you'd get 10 over 5. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. That's where I got this 2 from, okay? So then we're going to do the same thing. Multiply 10 times 5, and that is going to be 50. And that's equal to, on this side, 10 times, is that a 19? I just drew over it. Yes. So 190, got some big numbers. And then this subtraction sign, think of like a negative. Positive and a negative is going to give me a negative. So I'm going to move that over right now so I don't forget. Okay, so then I have 10 times 1 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So then I've got 5x. Okay, this is my new problem. My fractions are gone, and now I solve this problem. Okay, so that means when you're looking right here, this problem, you're going to look at the common denominator here and do the same thing with the fractions. But remember here, where this is 1/5 on the outside, now you're not multiplying the whole thing. You're just going to multiply this number and this number by this 5. Okay, same thing here. Remember, you're going to multiply this number and this number, 3 and 4, your least common denominator. Turn to someone next to you. If you don't know what the least common denominator is, and ask them, and they will help you. Remember, you can use a calculator to do this. When you've got parentheses, we've been doing some problems with parentheses. So remember, we're multiplying 9 times 4a, 9 times negative 2. Keep that negative sign with the number. That will trip you up if you don't, all right? Okay, so back up to this problem. Remember, variables on both sides. We could start wherever we wanted, right? I can subtract 50 from 190. I can subtract 190 from 50. I could subtract 2x from 5x, or I could add 5x to 2x. I think that's where I'm going to start. Plus 5x. Let's sorry, I don't know why I changed that. That was silly of me. I meant to add it there. And then plus 5x here. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 150 equals 1 90. I wrote 150. Oh my goodness. It is Thursday at like late, and sorry, my brain's kind of not there. Okay, so now I subtract 50. Okay, so you have, I'm running out of room, 7x equals 9 minus 5 is 4, 140. Okay, so then you're going to divide by 7, divide by 7, so x equals, we'll let you do the division and figure that out. Okay, so this is what this side is. And then we're going to go into systems. And it says, solve each system of linear equations. Notice it doesn't say solve by graphing, solve by substitution, solve by elimination, which means you get to pick. So you can graph them if they're set up. You can substitute them, or you can eliminate them. Whichever way you find to be the easiest for the problem, you could do. For example, this one, I could subtract 2y, and that would be really easy to graph. Okay, but something like this, I would maybe make these 6 and eliminate. Here, I'd multiply this row by 2, or negative 2, and then I'd eliminate. Here, I might actually substitute this because it's already set up for you. Actually, you could substitute that one too. But I know you guys don't like that method. That's like the hated method. So that's honestly, it's your choice, okay? And then try this performance task. On the last test, the performance task was exactly the same as the test. So literally, if you did it at home and practiced, you could get a 4, like easy peasy lemon squeezy, okay? We will go over this on Monday. So if there's some that you're like super stuck on, ask someone in the room that understands. And if you can't get them figured out, we will go over it Monday so you won't be totally lost. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday.